All right, so welcome back for another deep dive. You know it.
Here we go.
The Patriots are on the hunt for a new head coach.
Yep.
And the rumor mill, it is churning. We're diving into this CBS Boston article
Yeah.
to break down some of these top contenders for the job. And I think this is fascinating stuff, even if you're not, totally glued to the NFL.
Oh, yes, for sure.
Because we are talking about a legendary franchise here. And their choice could have ripple effects across the whole league.
Absolutely. It could change the landscape of the league.
Plus, you get a little peek behind the curtain at how these teams choose their leaders.
Yeah, it's really interesting. When you think about it, like you're trying to rebuild a dynasty, who do you trust with that task?
Exactly. And so the article's pointing to Bill O'Brien as kind of the front runner right now. He's not a new name to Patriots fans.
No, not at all. He's very familiar with the organization. Spent a good chunk of time there.
Right. He was the offensive coordinator during the Brady-Belichick, golden era from 2007 to 2011.
Exactly. So that kind of like, peak Patriots time.
Yeah, he's steeped in the Patriot way.
Yeah, that disciplined style of play.
Right. Emphasis on disciplined execution.
Yeah.
And getting the most out of every single player.
Every single one.
On that roster. And he's coming off of a pretty dominant run at Alabama.
Yes, yeah.
Working with Bryce Young, the Heisman-winning quarterback.
Yeah. Alabama, you can't really do much better than that.
That has to be a huge plus.
Huge plus on the resume. You're talking about success at a program that is. Yeah. Consistently competing for national championships. You're developing NFL talent. That's the best of the best.
Okay, so we've talked a little offense, but let's be real. It's not just about offense in the NFL.
Right.
What about somebody like a Mike Vrabel? He is leading the Tennessee Titans.
Yeah.
And has that defensive mastermind kind of reputation.
Yeah. He's got a really impressive defensive background. He's known for those aggressive, blitz-heavy schemes. And his teams, they always play with an edge.
You can just see it.
You can.
Yeah.
You can feel it.
You can see it. You can feel it.
Yeah.
And I think some of that comes from,
I was going to say the same thing.
He was a linebacker for the Patriots.
Yes.
During their championship runs.
Yeah.
So he understands what it takes to build that winning culture.
Absolutely.
And watching him, fire up those tight ends. I get those classic Patriots. Defensive vibes. Makes you miss the old days a little bit.
Ah, the good old days. The glory days.
But can a defensive specialist really thrive in today's NFL, where it seems like offenses rule the day?
It's a valid question, you know? The game has evolved a lot. Even Belichick, who was, kind of a defensive guru himself, had to adapt to this, pass-happy modern NFL. So can Vrabel do the same thing?
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Now, Brian Flores, his situation's really complex.
A unique situation for sure.
Yeah, he's got the experience. He's got the, leading the Dolphins to back-to-back winning seasons. But there's also that legal battle with the NFL.
Yeah, that adds a whole other dimension to it. On the one hand, he's a proven head coach, strong defensive background, known for developing talent and getting the most out of his players. But that lawsuit alleging racial discrimination in hiring practices, that's a big one.
It really is. It makes me wonder, how much would that factor into the Patriots' decision? It's a bold move to bring him in, but it could also be a huge statement.
It could be a really big statement. It all depends on how comfortable the organization is with navigating that.
That complexity.
Yeah.
Okay, and then we can't forget Jared Mayo, Patriots inside linebackers coach. He is kind of a rising star in the league, right?
Yeah, definitely a young guy.
Yeah.
But he is learning from the best. He's under Belichick. He's got that experience. And he's earned a lot of respect around the league. So, he's seen as a future head coach. Maybe not right now, but,
Yeah. So we've got offensive minds. We've got defensive gurus. We've got a rising star. We've got a coach with a very complex situation. If you were in charge of this decision, what would you be thinking about? What are the most important factors here?
Well, I think it really comes down to fit. What kind of team do the Patriots want to be? What is their long-term vision? Do they prioritize experience or potential? And then how do they balance that on-field expertise with all of those off-field considerations?
That is such a great point. It's not just about X's and O's anymore.
No, it's not.
It's about leadership and culture and the future direction of the entire franchise.
Exactly. And that's what makes this so interesting. It's more than just, picking the guy. There's a best record, or whatever. It's a holistic decision.
It's a holistic decision, and this deep dive gives you a little glimpse into the complexities of those decisions.
It really does.
So who's the best fit? To lead the Pats back to glory, it's a decision that could change the entire NFL landscape. I think you got to look beyond the headlines. Really dig into these guys' coaching styles and philosophies. This debate's just getting started.
It is. Buckle up.
Buckle up. See you next time.
See you later.